damage. It's super interrupting in fights. It has healing. It has so much good stuff. Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
So, also good with Void. It's a nice pairing. You now have the Mortimer Kisses together with Chronosphere. So classic combination, tons of damage from really far away, so it's very difficult to interrupt. A lot of the time when you chrono, the enemy team will either try to stop the Void or stop whatever range damage is coming into the chrono. With Snapfire, it's so hard to get in range. Like, the reach is just massive. And of course, then you also get the egg killing potential. So nice pick here. Bit surprising it didn't get banned, actually, when you look at how good it is here. A bit of an oversight, I think.
Yep, I agree. I mean, when I think of the egg killing, that was exactly what I had in mind. Snapfire's got to be the #1 hero. I also think of heroes like Coddle that blind and then have that annoying ult to work with as well. I mean, in conjunction with the egg for Omegalil could work out if they really want. Venomancer's been played mostly as a... Well, we saw a little bit of 5 and a little bit of 3. And with the Pango pick, I assume that these are your 3 either support / offlaners. Now, the question is Veno the offlaner or is Pango your offlaner?
Most teams have been playing Veno as the offlane in this patch. Veno has been seeing so much play. And there's both good and bad things to be said about that this game. I think Veno is really good in lane against Void, because what Void deals with well is bursts of damage that he can time walk off, but he hates constant harassment, which is Veno's forte in lane. At the same time, though, Darkseer is one of the worst matchups for Veno overall in the game. Insane move speed boost that ignores slow. Veno doesn't like when heroes get on top of him too easily. He likes to kind of... Yeah, you want to get out Poison Nova, but if it's just one guy going in with Ion Shell and bullying you, that can be really annoying. And you don't get to create a gap with your slow, which is your usual escape mechanism. So the Darkseer matchup's really good, and he also does well against Veno in lane. You just push the wave with Ion Shells and don't even have to deal with the harassment. Spirit Breaker.
I love Spirit Breaker. That's an Ion Shell carrier if I've ever seen one. But I guess that's position 4 with a 5 Snapfire. How does Disarm work against Snapfire's third ability for the egg killer?
Attack.
Cannot attack.
Yeah, that should be the case, at least I think. It's just, it modifies your attack to be fast, right? But it's still an attack. It's like if you have overpower on Ursa, you can also get disarmed, right? So I think
if you get hit by a fire spirit, does that slow down her ability as well, in theory?
Yes.
Huh, okay.
It's still, it kind of makes it almost normal attack speed.
Right. Okay.
Because of the attack speed.
Well, Sven is going to be the pick for Omegalil. This is a hero that we have been seeing a lot of. Midas has been pretty much the standard in all the games that we've cast, at least. And I believe in every game we've cast, he has completely dumpstered everybody. Every game has been a complete stomp. And that's a huge sample size of 2 games, so he must be good.
Yeah. It's good this game, though, in the sense that I think, lanes very well against Darkseer. He's naturally going to be able to cleave and just push out the wave against Ion Shell, so offset that momentum that Darkseer plays on in lane. He's pretty tanky, so it's a hard kill for Darkseer Spirit Breaker. And he is one of the heroes that can kill Void really fast if you get the opening, right? Like any sort of strong burst in the mid-game portion can be very useful against Void. And I think outside of that, it's probably just comfort, right? It's a decent game at least for it. And they have a lot of things that Sven likes to play around. He loves playing with slows. They have 2 of those. They have Veno and Pango. Technically 3 with Icarus Dive, but I'm not really going to count that one. It's very situational. They have good team fight around him with Phoenix and Veno. And I think the nice thing about Sven in this patch is that his laning is actually pretty good. So if you play it with something like Phoenix, you have a very solid lane where you should just be able to find farm. He doesn't need something like a Bane or an Enchantress to protect him in lane. He can hold his own quite well, especially against these heroes.
I believe we are missing mid heroes for each respective team. You see the Storm ban, you see the Puck ban. What are you thinking? What synergize for Tempo's lineup? What synergize with this Chrono if you even need something like that?
I mean, I think a lot of teams in this spot would pick Lina just because you get an egg killer and you get good damage in Chrono. But my concern is that Lina dies really fast if she gets caught by Pango or Sven, and Sven would probably get a dagger. It's always going to be the risk with Lina, though, right? Like, it almost doesn't matter which game you pick it in. There's going to be something that can get on top of you and kill you. I like Lina. I think that would be a solid choice. Apart from that, Viper is a possibility. Some sort of, tanky boy that can hit in Chrono. Sniper is a possibility, if they like that. Pretty good against both Phoenix and the Sven.
Sniper, really?
It's
going to be
decent.
Queen of Pain.
Okay, now I think you don't pick Sniper. I think Lina is even better, actually. Seems pretty solid. Lina with Yules.
Yeah, I like Lina a lot here. I was also thinking Death Prophet, but I think 2 abilities with long cooldowns in Chrono and Exorcism probably not the play. And it will be the Lina.
No.
And I believe it was our last cast where we saw Lina right-click carry Cinderin. Very good. Very exciting. She actually has the Arcana as well. Very good cosmetics. Well, the best you can do. But, of course, Sunlight with your favorite set of all time, I believe. The Queen of Pain Arcana. Tells us a lot about your personal life, of course.
What an absolutely stunning set.
Super stunning. So which lineup do you like? Cosmetics aside. I know it's going to be hard.
I think I favor Omegalil slightly, but I think to me it's probably also more like just a... If we just talk lineups, which we like to do without thinking about who the teams are, I would say it's relatively even, but I still think Omegalil have a little more stability in the lineup. But I could definitely see, like, that's something that Tempo's lineup can do. It's very fitting for their name, right? They have Spirit Breaker Darks here. That's Tempo, at least. But it's a little bit execution heavy, I would say, compared to the Omegalil lineup. Seems a little bit more straightforward to me to play.
Execution heavy, meaning Chronosphere, really. That's what you mean.
Not just that. It's like their ways of starting fights, right, seem a little bit more difficult to pull off. Like, yeah, Spirit Breaker charge is really easy, right? You give him Surge Shell and you go in. But he's going to be playing against a Quap who will probably get a Yules, so that's going to mitigate Spirit Breaker's potential a lot. It not only takes off Ion Shell and the Surge, it also takes off Spirit Breaker's second spell, which is a really big part of the hero Bulldoze. And they're going to have to find a way of getting initiations with the enemy team having Venomancer is always going to be this, like, wild card where it's actually hard to play Spirit Breaker against Veno because they're going to see you randomly when you're trying to charge. He can gale you, just slow you down a lot in your charge. It's just problems, I think.
You seen this Roshan Courier?
But I don't have a big favorite.
From the Aghanims Labyrinth on the Radiant side. Looks great. Sorry.
Wait, who has that?
For Tempo, the Roshan Courier that you get from, I think, is it second place or something? Or is that first place?
You're right. No, that's first.
First place, yeah. I have yet to see it in game. Looks pretty legit, not going to lie.
Yo, that's the first time I see that Courier.
I'm surprised that...
Cool.
How many first... I mean, there's a decent amount of first places now, right? I feel like a lot of these pro players should be having this bad boy. Either way.
I wonder how much that's worth.
I wonder if you could even
probably
sell it.
You could probably sell that Courier for more than first place in this tournament. That's plan B for Tempo. If it doesn't work out, if you bomb out of the tournament, we're going to sell the Roche Courier. And then
I like how you just assume that you're able to sell it.
I'm pretty sure you
or
are.
even trade it.
I think so.
I mean, that would not be standard for Valve, would it?
That is the standard for every Roshan Courier, though. I think they've always been tradable.
Like every time somebody goes to this tower, they always find this ward because of that vision. Why do they keep putting observer wards there? It's the same spot every game we cast.
Yeah, they could definitely vary it, mix it up a little bit, like smoke out and put it on the enemy hill or put it on the other side of the river. Yeah. It's just Radiant have pretty limited options of where they put their mid ward, and they do need it, especially if you're playing Lina, right? You want high ground vision so you can manipulate the creep wave, harass your opponent.
All right, well, the top lane, we have a Sven and Phoenix versus Spirit Breaker. Darkseer, we talked at length about the Ion Shell Spirit Breaker combo. Of course, It's not going to be that scary at the beginning. But how do Sven and Phoenix fare in a lane like this?
I think they'll be fine. Oh, nice stun. Got 2 CS and hit 2 heroes with
That's
that one.
beautiful. That's value right there.
That is value. So I think Spirit Breaker is very attack-based. Yeah, you have the charge, but you need to get hits in afterwards to get kills in this lane. And Phoenix is just going to negate it. It's all about playing between Fire Spirits for tempo. If they see an opening where Fire Spirits are on cooldown or have all been used, just missed or whatever, then they can go. But you'll see that killing the Sven will not be easy when he's close to his tower. 7 armor, Fire Spirits backing him up. He's going to skill maybe Warcry level 2. I think he might skill Great Cleave just to push out the wave. Yeah, I think both lanes just farm, honestly. That's probably what's going to happen.
All right, I'll trust your judgment on this, Cinder, because I can't miss a kill. The last thing I want to do is miss a kill this game. Lina versus Quap mid. As we're going to see a courier kill. That doesn't count, of course. Thoughts on the Lina Quap matchup in the mid lane? 1v1. A little bit old school as well.
Yeah. I think it's Lina favored still. Maybe less than it used to be. There was a time when this was considered a very good Lina lane, but Quap has since then got some buffs, as we know. Lina, obviously, with the longer attack range, if Quap wants to come forward and cast Shadow Strike, you connect an LSA and you just start hitting with Fiery Soul. Because of that, Sunlight hasn't even skilled it, and now we're seeing Noob here play a little bit aggressive at least, went to Sunlight's half of the river. But looks pretty even so far. 12-1 to 12-3.
Yeah, just an FYI, if we call this guy Noob, it's because it's literally his name. We're not trying to be disparaging here at all. Just to clear that up, I'm sure there's going to be many people that missed that. But Noob, not being a noob so far. 13-4 versus
he missed that stun though,
CS.
so we can take that back.
Okay, Noob, living up to his name, famously. And then the bot lane, Cinderman, Veno, Pango versus the Void and Snapfire.
Yeah, this is such a good lane for Veno Pango, actually. Snapfire can, or Pango can very easily go and contest pulls and find farm in this lane, but just being annoying because he knows that Veno is going to be miserable for this Void to lane against over time. Now that Malik has hit level 3, for me that is one of the big turning points for Veno in any lane, is you're not that good level 1. Sometimes you're good level 2 because Gale can be decent, but it's truly when you hit level 3 that it really kicks in, where the Poison Sting's damage doubles, and obviously you get the 50% version on the Plague Wards too. So just this constant harassment that's going to come out. See, they're only down to, what do they have? 1 salve, 3 tangos left. They're going to chew through that real quick. Yeah, it's not fun being Void in this lane. He's doing well though, but it's going to get hard.
This is a big deal right now. The 4-minute rune about to spawn. Sunlight's getting charged, so he gets the
regen.
Noob gets the vision, but Sunlight takes the regen, pops the Fairy Fire, still getting charged. LSA is available, but not much afterwards. He does land it. They can get 1 bash. This will more than likely be a kill. Not even needed, actually. First blood goes the way of tempo.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the
nice
scary thing about
Genzi.
the Spirit Breaker. The fact that it'll give you vision in scenarios like that really end up paying off.
Yeah, it's also a hero that Quap can't escape from until she has Yules, right? It's always going to connect on you, whether you blink or not.
Yep, very true. Bottom lane in the meantime, another charge comes through. The Void getting extremely low. Swashbuckle making him even more so, but he's going to time walk it off and into the right clicks. But here comes Quap, ending up getting the trade. Looks like they'll take out the Spirit Breaker next, unless he can get denied. But the Snapfire's running. LeBron might be able to kill the Pango here. Gets disarmed at the last moment. And another Swashbuckle to finish him off. So a 3-for-1 in this bot lane. And that's for Omegalil's favor.
Who is Lil in this team, by the way? Is he actually playing?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to check through the players, and I can't find him. I'm not really identifying the nicknames, because 2 of them are playing without official names. Let me check.
Yeah, check your
I
friends
do.
list.
He's not in this game, at least not on the
Okay.
main account. He did play with this team in the start, right?
I mean, the team is literally named after him, and on Liquipedia,
Yeah, but people
it has
can
him
make
on
team
the
names to
roster.
mock other people, right?
Well, he's on the roster on Liquipedia, so
okay. Well,
I mean, unless somebody's having some fun over at Liquipedia, which in theory is possible, considering it's mostly volunteers, if I'm not mistaken. Anything is possible there. 6-minute rune coming up. Each respective mid is just guessing their side. Looks like Lina will get this one. It'll only be an illusion, though. Top lane, though. Looks like Darkseer is going to save the Spirit Breaker. Mitch is going to take heavy damage as a result. Might be able to get this kill as well, but there's the charge onto 2. They're going to turn it around, take out the Sven in quick succession, and should be able to kill off this Phoenix as well. A huge turnaround there.
Nice
tempo.
Done. Maybe, just to finish off, maybe the Pango is Lil Smurf or something. Who knows?
John Doe.
It's just called John Doe. That could be literally anyone, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. No clue.
Okay, we'll just assume it is Phoenix. What position does it say he's on Liquipedia? I thought it was 4.
4. Yeah.
Okay.
The Pango's 4 this game.
Yeah, so it definitely could be.
He's just high level because the Veno died and then Pango scooped up kills. But the Veno's given the core priority for sure.
All right, so we will assume that is Lil. I mean, if he tilts in the middle of the game, we'll definitely know it's him. That's the one confirmation we can get out of this. It's going to be wrapping around here onto Noob. Does have LSA and Laguna Blade available. Looks like he's just going to get chased off for now. And if we look at the net worth now between the two mids, at the very least, it's extremely even. Sven, though, does have the lead right now against this Faceless Void.
Considering Quap got killed on that first blood rotation from Spirit Breaker, Quap having the same net worth as Lina is very good. But obviously the TP Quap made bottom immediately after respawning. Was part of 3 kills, then rotated back mid. Definitely paid off, and now he's going to look for another 2 kills bot. Might try to find the Void.
Yeah, this would be a pretty big kill. No chrono as of yet. Still level 5. I'm actually going to force him under his tower, and Lina is just going to be backing off towards mid as... Or sorry, the Quap, as Noob himself is pressuring that mid tower. Again, Sunlight takes the rune in front of Lina's eyes, and it's just going to be a straight TP.
Yeah, she has to. It's going to get easily run down there. If the LSA misses, you're dead. And even if it hits, you can still die after, actually, if the Quap has enough health, which looks to be the case. So, the right call. Let's back away.
Yeah, Void, in terms of levels as well, is a full level behind Sven, not only just farm. And Sven, of course, I mean, once you have a great cleave, you can go into the jungle a little bit as well. So CS is a little bit...
He's feeling the heat from Veno, you know? It's just like all the time this harass. And now Pangold is online.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder. Oh, he actually dodges that. That looked weird. Gonna come back. Actually hits the Spirit Breaker who has TP'd in recently. He's gonna swashbuckle the safety. He's gonna get charged now as Quap on the backside here. But the Spirit Breaker able to finish off poor Lil on the Pango. And Quap forced to TP out, or to blink out, I should say, as Malik... Looks like he's going to get the solo chrono. So a very good turnaround here from Tempo.
Oh, snap. Whew. I'm very surprised they didn't commit for that. When they used the Pangold and Void time walked and dodged it, I think Quap could have Sonic waved across the tree line and they would have got kills there.
Yeah, Lina's dead.
Noob is dying.
So this is a cool build. I mean, it's not like this is super revolutionary or anything, but like I said, we've been seeing a lot of Midas, but no Mask of Madness. And finally, we're going to see the Mask of Madness here. What are your thoughts on that Sven build?
It's one of the best heroes in the game to get it on. Maybe one of the only ones you actually even consider it on these days. Mom has been weird. It's like, it has patches where everybody buys it, and then there's patches where nobody buys it. And it's kind of a tricky item to balance because of the major negative side it has, it needs to have a very powerful upside as well. And that upside has been used for both farming and fighting for years, right? So it's like tweaking that is... It's a bit like tweaking Midas, right? It's an efficiency item where either you tweaked it up a little bit too much and then it's actually a better farming item than, you know, whatever. Or...
wow, no egg.
Yeah. But obviously Sven... one of the big upsides to him having this item is that he can largely mitigate the -8 armor you get from activating it because he can cast Warcry first, which gives him up to +15.
So I need to make a PSA here. Some people may have thought that I missed that kill mid, but remember, if you can see the dead body, it's still a caught kill. Wouldn't you agree, Cinderin?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Tier 1 tower going to be taken out now. But I mean, that was a pretty big kill onto the Queen of Pain. Spirit Breaker already level 7 as a result, working towards a Spirit Vessel for himself. In fact, it's the same level as their Void. He's actually slightly higher level. That's kind of crazy. And Void himself is working on a Hannah Midas, so that'll obviously catch him up in that department. I believe that was the recent
Such
change,
a slow
right? They
build,
increased
though, isn't it?
XP on that.
Like, you went Treads, double Wraith, and then Midas?
Yeah, it is slow.
That's a late Midas. Like, you're going to get this around minute 14, 15, and the enemy Sven already has Mask of Madness and is starting to pull far ahead of you. I'm not sure if this is how well this is going to work, given that...
Pango. LSA connects. Look, ooh, okay, he disappeared before the cookie could even land. Malik, in the meantime, getting charged.
This charge kill?
Let's see. They do spawn
I know
him.
it's coming.
Yeah, he's going to back off. Another strike is available, though. Back off cooldown. But yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a super slow... It feels like Void in general just can't participate as often in normal games because it just takes him a while to ramp up. But in a lineup like this, where you have... I don't know if you want to call it the Wombo combo, but you have a lot of spells that can be just dumped into that Chrono. He can still be involved without a ton of farm.
Yeah.
Finding kills. We'll see how the Midas...
That is definitely what he should do. I think even if he goes Midas, they should use Chronosphere off cooldown. Make sure you find a kill on, say, Quap or Sven with Void plus Snapfire. You could easily make a smoke play with an Ion Shell. Just find that key target, because this is something that Omegalil have not done in their draft. They haven't picked a save against a first pick Void. There's no like Disruption or Cold Embrace or Oracle, anything like that. So once a hero's chronoed, it's up for grabs, right?
Unless you get Blink Dagger on Pango. I mean, you could also disarm from outside the Chronosphere with Pango, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not going to save people from Snapfire, though.
True.
So he has to have a dagger so he can roll on the snap, basically. Here we go. It looks like they're doing their Chrono setup. This is a really good charge. Potentially, giving good info here.
Potentially, a very good charge, he says. It's going to connect onto the Venomancer. Oh, the roll comes in, actually stops the Void from even thinking about using his ult. They're just going to sacrifice this fat cow to the gods. And away they go.
Oh.
Sun right now onto
Lina.
He's going to eat a cookie. There's a Chronosphere, but the egg just in time. Will he be able to take it out? He will. And there's the damage coming from the Snapfire. I think a lot to Malik is in addition. So they're going to find those two. Spiritbreaker actually buys back in this fight. Definitely not needed considering how it ended, but they do turn it around. It was actually a really well-timed egg. Unfortunately, still level 1. The buff not helping him survive.
I had nobody protecting it. If they had a Sonic Wave on the Void, he would have died, and the egg would have lived. So that could have been a 2-hero swing. I'm not sure what was going on with Quap in that fight. I was kind of just looking for... I've been looking for Sonic Wave a lot this game. It's just not really seeing it come out. Yeah, scrappy fight. The way Tempo initiated that, I thought it was going to go better for them. Like, the charge was giving them really good info of how they could get in, but then Void jumped in and got hit by the Pango roll. So he didn't get Chrono off when he wanted to, and that kind of broke the fight up a lot. But they still pulled it off. With the chaos in there and the Quap not being able to really connect.
Yeah, it was well executed. Kellen on the Sven is going to be working on an SNY. Phoenix. See, this is the kind of build I like seeing on Phoenix. I know that Aghanims is good, and it's one of my favorite Ags in the game, actually. But I don't know how I felt about like first item. It just seems a little odd. I like the Halberd. Obviously
it's
good
really
in
good
many scenarios, especially against the Void. But for any egg killing potential, yeah, especially for the Snapfire. And then maybe an Ags afterwards, or Shivas, or whatever the case may be.
It's extra good against Snap because obviously the disarm works 5 seconds on ranged heroes and 3 on melee. So putting it on Snap basically gives you a full duration egg almost. It takes 6 seconds to go off, and you disarm the Snap for 5 of them. Unless Snap immediately gets like 2 hits in when the disarm ends, you've basically negated that counter in Little Shredder.
Yeah, they actually pop the Mortimer's Kisses for this.
Alright, he'll die.
They will find it a little sloppy, but they find it in the end. It'll cost them the cow. So it's a 1-for-1. And the cow's courier goes to the grave with its owner. That's the kind of service that you hope for in every aspect of life, Cinderin. Hope that you'll do that when I go one day.
That made me think about Egyptian pharaoh burials.
Yeah, people end up burying themselves with their masters, I believe, or maybe they're they're probably forced to. Is probably a better way to put it. But there's no confirmation on any of that, of course. I mean, a lot of people think the aliens built the pyramids for the Egyptians.
Yeah.
So, you know, definitely possible.
There are. I'm not sure what there's more of in the world. Dumb theories or dumb people? What do you think?
Definitely people.
People.
Yeah.
Everybody can have a theory, though.
They can, but how many
They can have more than one theory. Everybody can have more than one theory.
Okay, I see what you're saying. If it's just pure numbers, then sure, you're correct. We're gonna see the vac wall, but the level of
maybe you just prove there's more
stupidity-
dumb people actually. So we're fine.
The level of stupidity should outweigh a stupid idea. You know what I mean? It all varies.
You're proving it even more, right? It's
God,
awesome.
I hate you.
This is great. Yeah.
You have
I
such
do too,
terrible,
most of the time.
stupid ideas. It's only a 1K lead now.
Yeah, it's still a lead for Tempo though, considering how the carry matchup started out. That's not too bad, right? Like your Void got pressured super hard in lane, and the enemy Sven was having a great time. But now the gap is only 1,000, and your other cores are looking very good. Especially Dark Series is very useful this game with this pipe.
Oh, Spirit Breaker onto Malik, and there is the Snapfire ult again. Nether Strike, not exactly the best compliment, but they'll find the kill nonetheless. Vacuum onto the solo hero. Sunlight still with that Queen of Pain ult. Sonic Wave only connects on 2. Here comes the Chronosphere potentially. The Snapfire is going to destroy that egg. Big surprise, Cinderin. And now the pressure is going to be applied to the Queen of Pain. Void picks that up pretty easily. And I'm going to turn their sights onto Kellen. No disarm. Kellen still gets taken out, though. So a 4-for-1
flat out.
in Tempo's favor.
They are not really playing around each other that well right now. Like, this egg was just stranded. Nobody was protecting it. There was no Pangold on it. There was no disarm attempt on it. The Queen of Pain went in kind of alone to begin with. They were also the team that even got jumped, and the response to help Malik was pretty slow. So Tempo definitely just taking advantage of the fact that they can move fast. And if the other team isn't ready for it, you're going to lose heroes every time to the Spirit Breaker Darkseer combo at this stage of the game. So you got to play tighter or take the initiative yourselves. Definitely getting punished
How
there.
many hits is Little Shredder?
Isn't it
6.
5?
So that's actually the
6. It is
same
6. It's
as the
same
amount
state.
of hits you need on the egg at level 1. That is super,
It's
super
a
rough.
super hard counter. Oh, Phoenix could be in potential. No, never mind. No Iron Shell. No problem.
Still working on that Sage for himself. Spirit Breaker did finish, I believe he has a Spirit Vessel coming, or else he just stopped at the urn. I know he had it queued up. Maybe his courier's still dead. Either way, we'll be going for an Aghanim Scepter next. And we've talked about this Ags in the past. When it originally came out, it seemed, even to me, a distinguished Aghanim's expert, seemed very underwhelming, but in practice, it's actually quite good. Charge cooldown essentially lowered by a high degree. Does it speed up charge as well? I can't remember.
Yeah, you get 100 move speed on your charge, and the cooldown goes from 11 to 6, which is, when you think about it, it's actually so crazy. You have a 6-second cooldown spell that gives you 1,000 move speed, and stuns everybody it runs through for 1.8, and the guy you connect on for 2.4. And then 6 seconds later, you can just do it again.
Yep.
So basically, when Spirit Breaker has this item, his job in fights is to just charge through as many heroes as possible, run out of the fight, wait 3 seconds, and do it again. Oh, well, 6 seconds, and do it again. But out of those 6 seconds, heroes should be stunned for 2. So it's like they will get 4 seconds to do something, and then they'll get stunned again. And it's really high damage, too. I think that's still, probably in many people's minds, it's like an overlooked part of Spirit Breaker, where everybody thinks about the control and the global ganking and everything, but in big team fights, Greater Bash actually does so much damage when you have Aghanim from just running through 2 or 3 heroes 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Then it's starting to matter.
Tempo Smoked up, and there goes the Chronosphere onto the Queen of Pain. Definitely worth the solo, if they could get it. All right, the bash at the last moment. They had an LSA just in case as well. And now the TP's under the bot lane. Malik, oh, the Vacuum's going to cancel that TP, so this is going to be the second kill for them. We'll get the Poison Nova off, but he'll lose his Courier as well, so a lot of economic damage for Omegalil. Will it cost him a third hero? Doesn't look like
it's
it.
a fast Lina.
Oh, wait a
830 move speed with Yule.
Yeah. All right. I believe she had Surge on as
whoa,
well, if I'm not mistaken. What
Pango.
is this?
Hold your horse.
Is this the save your friend syndrome? Seems to be very infectious these days.
Omegalil in this game have just not looked very coordinated to me. I feel like they're playing against a team that's just working better together. Taking initiative, they're moving more as a unit. They're taking advantage of Darkseer's ability to push out waves and Lina's with travels, so they're just very quickly shoving things out, and then they're making the moves. And Omegalil haven't found that same level of continuity in their gameplay, where they get to initiate, they get to push out the waves. Sven's farm is actually, at this point, pretty pitiful. Having less than 10 CS per minute on Sven is low. He's on 210 CS minute 22. Given how his lane started out, this is where you want to be in like 250 to 300 if you're having a good game with free farm. So everything is just kind of slowed down, and the timing is just dwindling.
No, I feel like they're just not being very aggressive at all.
Absolutely.
I mean, what's their initiation
that can be
right
completely
now?
fine. Like if you're playing a Sven strat, I mean, okay, right? Then let Sven farm. But it's been a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like Sven has shown up late to fights, but he has shown up, and that's been a loss when he could have farmed. If you want to take the fights, you need to bring Sven as part of the initial move. Oh, trying to get Krilla
to start. Queen of Pain jumps in. Just gonna leap out. Still in quite a bit of trouble. Nobody's even remotely near him. And there's the Sonic Wave, but he time walks again, and that's a big investment for literally no gain now.
That feels bad.
They just have no damage.
They used Sonic and Pango ult, and they didn't even kill that single hero.
A kill like that would have felt... Oh, Lina. Just going to TP out. They have absolutely no cancel because the Yules was already on cooldown. Kellen, we'll find this Stormbolt. Mitch now on the run. They might have to give up this cow. Snapfire's going to keep him safe. Back into the wall. Right, they're kiting him pretty well, but this might cost LeBron his life. Chronosphere on a teammate. Looks like the egg might survive this, but there's the lean on the outside. We'll finish it off easily. 1 for 1. Queen of Pain extremely low. We'll have to blink out to safety. Malik has already expended his ultimate. Look at this right-click damage onto Kellen. The Lina with that BKB. Able to take him out with ease again. And this is going to be almost a team wipe. A 4 for 2 with the buyback onto the Snapfire. Yep. But the fact that Void lived from the beginning of that fight, and now they can just take out Roche. Rough stuff for Omegalil.
You literally chose to play aggressive there after you used Pango ult and Quap ult. You still went for that.
Yeah.
And got a fight out of it, right? They tried to... They tried to run down the Spirit Breaker, so they Stormhammer stunned him, which dispelled his Bulldoze, which is actually a really good counter. That Sven has that here to dispel both Bulldoze, Darkseer, Surge, and Iron Shell. But they cookied him away and just turned it around. And they know there's no Sonic Wave and no Pango ult, so what do they really have to be scared of? Any half-good Chrono there that connects on Sven, the Dire just don't have damage to kill people anymore. So I feel like they kind of just gave that to them. You have to respect when you're missing key cooldowns. Like this, this just felt reckless to me. It's like they're losing. They know they're losing because they've messed up, and now they're trying to... It's kind of just getting desperate, right? That's what it feels like.
And now the Void is starting to take off. We talked about the net worth being really close between him and Sven, which definitely was not the case at the beginning of the game, but with that Midas, it's just going to pay off over time, and Sven not able to really amplify his farm as much as you would hope.
Yep. And
Void is kind of crazy when it gets to late game. We'll be finishing the Mjolnir in the next 600 gold or so. As we're at the 25-minute mark now. And they can easily just play around this cooldown with Chronosphere. They have the Aegis. Probably have a big fight when the Chrono's ready to go. Who actually... Oh, it wasn't... So the Lina took the Aegis. Still has the 9-second BKB.
There's the eggs. Let me tell you, it feels real good to be Spirit Breaker in this game right now.
Wow.
You've got Tranquil Boots, Windlace, and Eggs. Let's see the charge.
Yeah.
Alright, good Yule's usage. Oh.
Queen of Pain dead. Where's his charge? Brah. Ion Shell applied. They're looking for it. Don't quite have vision yet. Surge. Be able to catch up, and he does get vision just on the tail end of the night vision. Rolling Thunder comes in, though. Spirit Breaker taking the brunt of the damage now, pinned against this wall. Sven really wants to finish him off. Gonna pop that BKB, but there's a Chronosphere onto two. They can take out the Pango first. Poison Nova on the outskirts. You can see that Snapfire ult doing absolute work, and Spirit Breaker somehow, someway lives Cinderin. Completely disastrous fight. Queen of Pain jumps in after buying back, and that is a dieback, and the Fat Cow still survives. Will he go down?
That's a GG blink. I was like,
GG's
okay, they're calling this. There's like, there is no way you buy back blink into kill a Spirit Breaker, die, and then not call GG.
Yeah.